come on in. We are actually, we are going to be just asking that for those of you who are not presenting, or if you're not asking a question, if you could please mute your mic just so that we're not getting the disturbance from the background and things like that. And we'll go ahead and we'll get started. So this is our community participation supports presentation for you guys this evening. Thanks again for joining us this evening. We're giving you a update on what's going to be coming for the fall 2023. And we're really excited to share with you some of the things we've learned so far with the initial summer pilot, and to welcome everybody to share with us and provide some feedback. So welcome. I see that many people are still joining in on the call. And so we're happy to have you here. We have family, we have many stakeholders, from staff members to people supported and family members. And we're really happy to have you here with us tonight. So why are we doing this? Why are these changes happening? So we really want to make sure that people, we believe that choice really changes lives. And we want to make sure that we're offering innovative and meaningful ways for people to be able to engage in and experience things in the community, both at our community participation supports locations and when they're out and about in community and exploring what they might like to try. How we're doing this is we sought feedback from people supported in their families. We involved them in a design process, and we gathered feedback over the course of many months. And we took that feedback and we helped it to develop our first iteration. And we will continue to do that going forward to make sure that we're providing a program and developing a program that meets the needs of people as they change. So our drivers, we really want to offer services when and how people want to be receiving those services at times that work for them, not necessarily how they were traditionally, where they were just Monday to Friday during the day. We really want to meet people and offer them opportunities to join in for days, weekends, evenings, lots of different things coming our way. We're providing people with an opportunity to explore the community. And by community, we mean the people and creating relationships, and really explore the communities and the neighborhoods within in and around the locations that we are offering supports and services. So we, even for those locations that people are attending center-based programs, we want to make sure that people are exploring the neighborhoods in and around those communities and the city at large. We're opening up all of our newly renovated facilities to better offer resources, and we're sharing those resources amongst different programs and service streams through Community Living Toronto. We also are building up our services and programs to meet the goals and objectives of people and families, things that they had identified throughout the design process and through gathering that feedback. And we want to make sure we heard from families very loud and clear, and from people supported, that they want things to be flexible. They want every experience to have a purpose. And sometimes that purpose is really social interaction, and we really want to encourage as much community-based activities as we possibly can. And obviously, one of our drivers is the ministry's Journey to Belonging framework. We're trying to make sure that we're meeting and adapting, anticipating what that's going to look like for our DS sector. Next slide, please. So we wanted to provide an opportunity for you to meet the team. There have been many changes over the last several years, and we wanted to provide this opportunity for you to meet some of our leadership team. And we have a variety of members, the team here. You'll see we had a really fun day of bonding. We did an amazing race opportunity just in the summer there to get to know one another and to explore the community in the Danforth area. But just to meet the team, my name again is Heather Dunn, and I'm a program manager in CPS. We have Flora Nichols, who's currently a program supervisor. She's at our Finch location, and she also holds the portfolio that oversees Youth to Work and iOpen. Charlotte Rodak, she's a program supervisor who's currently supporting the Foster Connection location, which is at 164 Main. We have Shireen Myers, who's a program manager in community participation support and respite, and she's supporting mostly the West End locations. Carmen McNeil, she's a program supervisor who's been working out of 50 Fairfax for quite some time, and she continues to support that program and evolve that program there. Kim Vivian is new to Gooderham, but she's a program supervisor who's been with the organization for quite some time. And she's a very welcome member to our team, as is Dennis Candinas, sorry. So Dennis is a new member of our team, and he is currently supervising the Advanced Road location. Melanie Hooker is a program manager in a position who is helping us to stream and collaborate between the supported living locations, community, and community participation support. So she's really helping us to move that work forward. Caitlin Close, who's my co-host today, is a program manager with community participation supports and has been spearheading our virtual supports and many other shareable spaces and our tech support. She's been amazing. Alicia Medeiros is our program manager for our fee-for-service program, so at Community Junction and Creative Village Studio. And Joe Prasad is our new senior director for community participation supports and respite. Not so new, but rejoining us. So welcome, Joe. And Christine Lisa Dennis is a program supervisor at the East Mall. So that's our team. So welcome. So now you can see the faces that go along with the names and the emails that you'll be getting. So some highlights. So our revitalization approach at community participation supports has been successful so far through our summer pilot. The summer pilot runs from July 4th to September 30th. And we're really happy to be introducing our fall experience guide, which is now available on our external website. And our fall experiences will run from October 10th to December 23rd. We're going to be offering some new activities, increasing our numbers of spaces at all of the different locations. Supported living will be attending some of our CPS locations on a regular basis. Now that we're reducing those restrictions due to COVID, we're able to welcome people back into the space. So we're looking forward to seeing lots more people at our programs in the fall. And we want to ensure that we have improved communication with individuals, family, and have continuous and ongoing opportunities to provide feedback. So I'm going to pause here for a second and let Caitlin tell you a little bit about what that feedback is looking like so far, just with our pilot.
Thanks, Heather. So far for the feedback, we did send it out mid-session, so a couple weeks ago, to the families who were attending our summer session. So far, the feedback has been fairly positive, with liking that they're able to come back into person, meeting their friends, meeting new friends, and really socializing. Some requests that we've had for future programming, as well as more social interaction, more spending time with friends. So we do hear that as well. And any wishes for the future, that's still kind of been open. We haven't gotten a lot of feedback for that one as of yet. However, we will be sending out a second round of the survey to hopefully get more insight into what people are looking for and any concerns that people may have. So look out for that if you were a part of our pilot over the summer, for that to come out and more time to actually fill out the survey as well. Back to you, Heather.
Okay, thank you. Next slide, please. Okay, so we talked about, if you were part of our summer experience and part of the sessions that we had earlier in the summer, in the spring, we did say that we were going to offer 350 spaces by the end of December. So we're well on our way. We're able to offer many spaces in our summer program. They've made 150 spaces available across all of the different locations that we offer community participation supports. And we're continuing to expand upon that as we open up more spaces and make more programs available for people to return to CPS and do different things within their community in the fall months. We're really excited to be able to welcome people. So we have continued to welcome people from the groups that previously held funded spots at one of our day programs, and also were part of one of the following groups. So people needed to have a funded spot plus live independently with their family in the community, or live in our SIL, ISP, or LifeShare programs, or live in supported living with other agencies. So that was our initial group that we offered those first opportunities for, and we'll get into what that registration looks like. But wanted to talk a little bit how we don't have specific programs for one unique type of support in any of the locations. We want to make sure that we're offering a mix of opportunities for people of a variety of different support needs and ratios at all of our different locations across the organization. And we're collaborating and engaging in meaningful programs and opportunities for people that are also residing in our supported living. Next slide, please. So I wanted to share with you a little bit about some of the options for those funded spots. So we do have support for people who are offered, and basically what will be happening is we will be having a quarterly session that will be running, and it will become very familiar to you as we move through the calendar, this only being our second offering. It is still new to everybody, so we recognize that. So we want to share with you as much as possible and receive feedback as much as possible. But basically what it's going to look like is we will have a fall session, and it will be up to 12 weeks. And for the funded spots, you will be eligible for up to 15 hours a week. And over that calendar year, each session, you'll be asked to re-register for the new offerings that are available. So the reason we are doing that is because we want to provide people an opportunity every quarter to be able to adjust and decide what did they like about the sessions that they did previously. What are they looking for that maybe they didn't experience this time? Maybe a different time might work best for them or their family members. And maybe there's just different times of the year. Sometimes it gets really dark early, so maybe that evening session doesn't sound so appealing once it comes into the winter. So just wanted to walk through a couple of ways that people can choose to spend their 15 hours. So some people choose to join a CPS program 3 days a week for 5 hours in person. There's also the option of joining 5 days a week for 3 hours. And we have both morning, afternoon, and evening sessions that someone would be able to pick and choose what that might look like. There's also an option of 2 days a week in person and 3 virtual sessions. Or there's going to be eventually a choose your own adventure is what we like to call it. So 15 hours a week that you can customize to your liking. And really, we want to try to get to that place where people are picking the sessions that they want to attend, the programs that they want to attend based on their person-directed plan, goals, and their likes and interests at dates and times where their friends might also want to be joining them for those. So that's kind of just to give you an overview. It's not an exhaustive list, but for sure, it's just to give you some ideas. So what about the people who were formerly in our day program that are also living in our supported living? So this is an overview for those of you who are maybe not familiar or this is new and things are changing. Our supported living has now moved to a 24-hour-a-day model. So this is to better meet the needs of people and the demographics of people who are aging and able to provide them that support and choice and flexibility from home. This does not mean that they're not welcome in our CPS locations. I want to make that very, very clear. We are really open and welcoming to people to come and join in our programs, as well as offer their own programs. And we'll talk a little bit about bookable spaces, drop-in times, both in person and virtual. And we're excited that the COVID restrictions have begun to be lifted, or if not completely lifted at this point, and we're able to really offer more exciting opportunities for people. We do have several supported living locations that are currently using this bookable space at some of the locations to get out and have some fun in the exercise areas. We have some gyms that are available. We also have some sensory activities that are available in sensory rooms, and also just to get back out and enjoy some dances and some social opportunities with some old friends. So some of the locations that are open, I know this might be repetitive for some of you, but really wanted to drive home that we do have our newly renovated Finch location that is open. It is a big, beautiful, large space. It's gorgeous new furniture, very welcoming and open for large groups as well as small groups if you wanted to have opportunities at that location. The Advanced Road location is also open, also has both large and small spaces. Creative Village Studio is open. It is a fee-for-service program, mostly geared to arts. The East Mall, 65 the East Mall, is also open. It's also another newly renovated, beautiful space that we have. In all of these locations, we also have the bookable space. Community Junction remains open, and it is a fee-for-service location offering a variety of different cooking classes, music classes, yoga, arts, and everything else that someone might like to participate in. Foster Connection is actually where I am tonight. This is at 164 Main. It is a beautiful space. We have a large space upstairs, as well as several small location rooms downstairs to accommodate some of our smaller group sessions. We have 50 Fairfax, which is a huge space that is offering a lot of opportunities for people to host very large groups. So we have the opportunity in those spaces to offer dances, and we have large areas for sporting events and things like that. And we have our Gooderham space, which has a really amazing sensory room and a beautiful outside area with a huge soccer field that's available for people to come in and explore. So just wanted to share those and let you know that those locations are all open all across the city for people to come in and check out. This is a mock-up. It is not the only schedule, but it's just to kind of give you a sense of each of the locations within our CPS programs are offering some very unique programming, but this is kind of a general overview. So for our fall experience, we will be offering sessions from October 10th to December 23rd, and people register based on the day and time and the program. So just to give you a sense of that, we do have morning sessions each day of the week, Monday through Friday, from 9:30 to 12:30. We also have a 9:30 to 2:30 option, and a 2 to 5 or 2:30 to 5:30 option. And then some days of the week, we have also have an evening session that's available at certain locations to offer some experience in the evening for different cooking classes, social rec classes, and some social opportunity just for people to come out and check out that space and spend some time together. We also have our Saturdays that we have open, and we share our resources between sometimes a couple of different locations to be able to offer opportunity for people to go out and explore their city. And that's kind of what our sessions are looking like based on what people were looking for. We found that offering an afternoon session was something that was really new to us, but we did have a lot of people interested in that. So what you can expect, I think I'm going to pass this over to Caitlin, as she's our virtual and tech guru for the teams. So go for it, Caitlin.
Thanks, Heather. So just a little bit about what to expect. So our summer and fall programs will able, as Heather was saying before, to gather feedback and kind of tailor it to what our individuals are looking for. So they can expect consistent and clear communication, which we have been working on, and we're happy to have Michelle with us to help us with our communication and getting it out to families and individuals in a timely manner. And some support to register for programs via MyCommunityHub, so which will include a dedicated phone number that we'll share at the end of the presentation, and you'll be able to get in contact with one of our team members, and they'll be able to get back to you. If we don't answer, please leave a message and we will get back to you. And registrations at each of our community centers, so all of our locations on September the 5th will be available for in-person registration starting at 10 a.m. Then also on MyCommunityHub, there'll be information on different events as well. So once you're part of the MyCommunityHub membership, it's free, it's very easy to register. And all of our programs and all of our offerings will be up on that space. And we'll also have evening and weekend service options as well. Something to look forward to in hopefully the near future is a microsite that's completely dedicated to all things CPS and respite. So you'll be able to go there. It's almost like a one-stop shop to get all of our information, all of the experience guides, all of the phone numbers that you may need, and how to contact us with any news, any updates, any webinar recordings will be able to be accessed through the site, which will be connected to the larger Community Living Toronto site. So as I said, so how to register is you will go on to MyCommunityHub and you will want to create an account. You can create a family account if, let's say, if you're part of one of our supported living residents, whether internal or external, or if you have more than one child that you're registering for programs, it can be a family account. So you just need an email address for it. And then from there, you'll add all the individual's information. Click on add a participant, so you're adding a second person to the account, and you'll be able to register for everything through MyCommunityHub. We also on connectability.ca have created an activity library experience vaults with many different meaningful day activities. So whether it's that you just need something maybe on a Saturday or a Sunday, or just something to get out of the house. One of our colleagues, Melanie Hooker, has done an amazing job with a group of many different people across the organization to create fun and engaging activities. That's something a little bit different, maybe not that the everyday will do. When you go on to Connectability, you'll find the meaningful day activities. I think it's right on the front page still. And you can go into that, anything that you're thinking of doing, whether it's something active or an arts and crafts, you'll just go to that section and click on any of your interests. And what will come up is on the right side here, let's say it's Fitness Monopoly. You'll see what makes it meaningful, the time that you'll have to spend on it, roughly how long it will take, any materials that you might need and where to get them from, as well as a kind of a how to follow an activity of how it will be can be played out. It can obviously change according to each individual or each person, but just to give you a rough idea of how something could happen. So then Heather alluded to our bookable spaces. So this is one of actually our internal sites and is being offered out to all of the supported living sites. Right now, we're hoping to expand that externally, hopefully, again, in the near future. So people will be able to actually come into our space and enjoy our spaces that we offer. So supported living right now can go into our internal site and actually book different rooms for different events that they may want to have, whether it's a birthday party or they want to run their own program out of there, or using one of our sensory rooms. They can do that through this, and all they have to do is just click book now. A calendar will come up and they'll be able to input their activity that they want to do, and that will get directly linked back to our CPS supervisors, who will be able to approve and walk them through anything that they need to know of the site. And then this is just for how to connect. So as we said, for our CPS general email, it's just cps@cltoronto.ca. I'll put that in the chat after so you guys can copy it down, as well as our general phone number, 647-729-2976. And like I said before, someone will get back to you if you leave a message if we haven't answered already.
I would like to acknowledge that we did become aware that our voicemail, some voicemails were not able to go through. So we wanted to acknowledge that tonight and apologize for that. We are aware of the situation, and our team of leadership is getting back to each and every one of those calls. So please do continue to provide us any type of feedback, questions, concerns via the CPS general phone or the CPS email. We do have many people sending these messages to CPS email, and then we're able to direct those to the appropriate supervisor to be able to provide them with as much information that they're looking for a specific program or location. There has been some changes and some turnover in leadership and some changes in locations. So we want to be able to have one space where people can always go to. You can always contact us to provide us with information or ask us questions, and we'll get back to you. We have a rotation from our leadership team that will continuously be checking this on a daily basis and trying to get back to people as promptly as possible with the information that you're looking for. And soon, as Caitlin had said, we will be able to also direct you to our new microsite that you'll be able to contact us directly from there. So we're really excited about that. And we just wanted to provide you guys with an opportunity to ask as many questions as you might have. Now, if you had any questions or concerns, please feel free to share those. I don't know if we have any questions in the chat.
So I'm just checking here. So I do see that someone asked for the closed captions. I do apologize. It wasn't set up for the webinar this way. I tried to get it working. Didn't happen. I do apologize. We know that for next time to make sure that's toggles turned on. And then one question was just about emailing the PowerPoint out, if they can have access to the PowerPoint. Which I think Heather's nodding, which is definitely something we can do.
We can do that. We can also provide you an access to the recording of this video in case you weren't able to see the whole thing, or you were joining us a little bit later on. You're more than welcome to view it. We'll be posting it on our external website and just under community participation supports. Also, you'll be able to find our experience guide in that same location. We did have some issues with the links, so please do go to that external CLTO website. Maybe Caitlin, you could throw it in the chat so that people can go in and make sure they have the most up-to-date experience guide.
And then another question just came through. As other agency staff, can we register to get further information?
Yeah, absolutely. Some people, what's been happening is during the summer session, once people get registered to a specific location, we're connecting them directly with the program supervisor or the support worker 3, who's able to provide them with very specific information about how things are going with their loved ones, what types of programs might be best. Because we are trying to match people to appropriate programming that meets their needs and really and things that they're interested in. We want to make sure that we connect you with that direct supervisor once we get that initial connection going. And we always have many people hands on board or all on deck, so to speak, when we are doing our registration. So just in regards to the registration time, I know Caitlin mentioned that the registration begins for funded locations or funded program spots September 5th. All of the programs open up for registration at 10 a.m. on September 5th, which is next Tuesday. And that will remain open for people to be able to register. If you're comfortable with registering through MyCommunityHub and you've done that before, by all means, you're welcome to go ahead and do that. If you need support or you're not tech savvy, by all means, reach out to the CPS line and we will connect you with somebody. You can even come in to our sites to be able to have a one-on-one walkthrough with one of our leadership team to help you through that process. We really wanted to make it as easy and accessible as possible for everybody.
And there's another question just about, so activities for individual sites. There is a plethora of different activities at every different location. There's usually a 5-hour session at every location, Monday through Friday, as well as 1 or 2 3-hour sessions throughout the days as well, plus an evening. It's usually on Thursdays and Saturdays. They do anything from yoga to arts and crafts to going out and exploring the community to swimming. Lots of many different activities that are involved in it. The best way to get information on the exact activities is to look at that experience guide, and they'll actually have a description there as well that you can read through to see kind of what individuals may like to do or what's going on in that program to really try and tailor it to each individual as possible. But many, many different things going on, lots of social. We apparently love to eat and cook too, so lots of that going on as well. So it's going to be definitely a fun fall.
Absolutely. And please do, if you are interested in an option that there doesn't appear to be spaces available, please do put yourself on a wish list or wait list. We're looking at the numbers and we'll be able to determine if we can add those additional people to those locations. Or, we might be able to recommend, I see that you're on the wait list at Fairfax. There's also an experience that's available at Gooderham or at Maine, which are close in proximity to that location. Would you be interested? So we'd be able to help you walk through that process. So please do add yourself to the wish list. And that way we know which programs are really popular so that we can offer them more frequently, either at that location or at one of our other community participation support locations.
And another question just came in. So just to confirm, even if the participant has already been set up for the previous session, they will still need to be set up each time a new session starts. So in MyCommunityHub, no, once you have once you're registered on MyCommunityHub, you're registered with an account and you don't have to continuously set that account up. However, for each session, we do ask that you register for the session. So if whatever program or offering that you're wanting to take, you'll have to be registered into that session, but the account on MyCommunityHub will always be there, so you don't have to keep doing that step.
And the reason why we're doing this is based on, we don't want to make the same assumption as we did in the past where people just wanted to come in this day without really knowing what they're signing up for, or we really want people to start to book and register for their programs that they're interested in based on their person-directed plan goals, but also just based on their interests and with peers that they want to spend time with, and maybe an activity that they've never tried before. They can try it for 1 quarter, and then at the end of that quarter, they can just say, nah, I've done that, I'm moving on. Or they can say, I really want to do that, I'm going to sign up for 3 of those. So we're really trying to meet people where they want to be and doing the opportunities that they want to try.
And then another key question came through in terms of the hours of operation. What does the weekends at the locations look like, such as Maine and Finch? So they are the 5-hour blocks, usually from 10:30 till 3:30. And that's usually we try and focus on going out into the community and doing community events, community activities, or exploring the community. So as Heather mentioned earlier, that some sites actually team up. So Gooderham staff usually teams up with the Fairfax location, and then Advanced and East Mall also team up as well. And I believe they go to the East Mall for their Saturdays, and just to provide people the opportunity to get into the community. They have a little bit more staff on site for that as well, which is a lot of fun. And it's very much individual driven. So it's kind of whatever they would like to see and what they would like to explore that goes on throughout the session. We plan trips based on their interest and what they want to achieve and what they want to accomplish.
So the initial meeting, maybe on that first Saturday of the fall, might be talking with the people who have registered about these are the options that we've come up with. What looks good to you? We're really looking at trying to get the people who are attending those programs to be able to explore and offer as many opportunities for people to be able to make choices and select what they want to be part of. One of the benefits of the programs is we do have a hub model. So for those Saturday programs, at this point, all of the people are meeting at one of the locations. So they might meet at Fairfax location, and maybe the whole group goes out to the CNE, or maybe some people want to stay back and do a various variety of activities and things like that. And a smaller group might go out to the CNE. So we're really trying to tailor it to the people who are attending and who have registered for the program. But we really strongly encourage you to take a look at that experience guide and explore and register for those programs that you're really interested in participating in.
So one question just came through. So I imagine this on a first come, first served basis. Do we have to wait until September 3rd?
So it is first come, first served basis. As far as our funded spots go, they get first priority for those spots. But like I said, and it is September 5th that we're going to be starting that registration process. The funded spots go all the way until September 15th. So if you have somebody who's currently registered in a program, your program supervisor who currently is supporting the program that the person your loved one is attending, or if you are attending, they will have probably already reached out to you about the current experience or the experience guides that are coming out. What are some of your selections? And they'll try and help you through that process. We will make sure that those folks are able to participate, but it will be, we don't have unlimited spaces, but we do have many spaces that are available. So just let us know what you're interested in, and we'll go from there.
And as Heather mentioned earlier too, please put yourself on that wait list, because if spots become available, if somebody wants to change their mind, or if they have to withdraw for any reason, we're able to offer then spots either at that location or a separate location for your availability there. And everything as of the 15th, we keep talking about funded as of the 5th. So as of the September 15th, there is fee-based options. So all of our programs do have a fee attached. You'll see that in the experience guide, and they can be purchased at that point on September the 15th, again, starting at 10 a.m. And we will have in person that people will be able to come out to as well if they need help through the process, or you can give us a call through our general line, and then we'll be able to help that way as well. So the comment came in about my son is interested in Pokemon Go and was wondering if others who'd be interested when we go out in the community. I'm just curious to see how many of us are into Pokemon. So if anyone's into Pokemon, please comment in the chat, and I'm sure if at the location they'll be able to do definitely something with the Pokemon Go too, and maybe have an experience out in the community trying to catch everyone. That is everything for the chat, unless anybody has some last minute comments or questions.
And I just want to acknowledge again, for those of you who were not able to join us from the very beginning, we are recording this session. So you will have the opportunity. We'll be posting it on our external Community Living Toronto website under Community Participation Supports. So you will be able to revisit it and check it out. You also can check out the chat for our contacts, and please do reach out if you have any questions, concerns, or even suggestions. And we are very eager to hear from you. As we are going to continue to evolve and ask you for feedback so we can continuously improve and be innovative with our community participation supports moving forward. I would like to take this opportunity to say thank you very much for joining us this evening. We are very pleased to have such an amazing turnout of professionals as well as families and individuals supported. I'm very happy to have you with us tonight and looking forward to seeing and hearing from you again soon. And if anybody has any questions, please feel free to throw them in the chat now. Thank you so much. Have a great evening.
Thank you guys. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.